Hello there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to the Trinity Stamps YouTube channel. Today I get to share with you the create and take projects that we made this past weekend at the Taniesa Stamp Create event. It was an event held in Ohio, and it was April 21st and 22nd. We had a table there, we had product there, there was shopping. It was a lot of fun. If they have this event in the future, I highly recommend you attend. So this is the first project that we made on Friday the 21st. We have this cute little mini coffee cup, and Trinity Stamps has the dies that you can use to make a wrap around these mini coffee cups. Here is that die set, the mini cup decor die set. We use that skinny wrap, but there's also a large one that will cover the entire cup. There are different dies you can use to dress it up. Even a little pumpkin, a little spice shaker, a coffee bean, a heart, which is on today's cup, and the pumpkin. It has a little leaf and stem, and it's a really cute set. And these coffee cups are 4-ounce espresso cups with lids that you can find on Amazon. All right, so here is some other dies that coordinate with this set, so you can add on to it. This one is going to make Christmas themed cups. We've got a penguin, a reindeer, or kind of a moose, either way you want to go, a Santa cup. We've got snowflakes, snowmen pieces. Like, you can make some really adorable things with this die set and use it in conjunction with the original or by itself. Either way, that wrap piece is smaller than the wrap on the original one, so you could do a layered look with that. I love it. Now, there's one more. This again can be used totally by itself or with the original set. It has a rainbow wrap, it has some scalloped pieces, and a horn and ears and eyes to make a unicorn, and even hands to wrap around it like a hug. Okay, this is the kit that we had for our students, as they were called at the event, and it has all the pieces they need to decorate a little cup, including the straw, which is something we just added in there. And then you can see these are the die cut pieces, but there's a lemon and leaves in there. That is from the Zest Wishes stamp and die set. This comes together as a one-time purchase, the lemon stamp set and the die set. Now we use just the die set on this and it looks great. You can also stamp and die cut out your lemon, so whichever way you want to do it. Okay, so we had the Misty all set up for everybody so they could easily stamp their wrap, so it says "You're the Zest." And then we have the little face set up so we can stamp on a smiley face on the lemon. It's so cute. And we are using Ink on 3 hybrid ink for this. It dries really quick for no smudging. Now, we're adding a little color on the edge of the lemon. I am using marmalade ink, but when we were at the event, we actually used wild honey. So I didn't happen to have that one in distress ink, so I used what I had and it actually turned out really good. Also, we added some dots onto there, which I like to call freckles. It just gives the lemon a little appeal. So I added those, and then I also put a little bit of color on the heart, and this is the piece that we're going to use to decorate the lid, which is so fun to add a little something special there. We have some Rustic Wilderness to add color to the leaves. Just adding that little dusting of color really brings a simple project a little extra depth and interest, so I love this, and the sponge dauber works great to do that. All right, we're adding a little bit of glue onto the top of our leaves, and then I'm going to take my lemon and set it right down on top of those leaves, and it picks them up. Next, I am going to add this to the white circle, and that's going to go in the center of that, and then this piece will get layered onto the scallop circle, just like that. And so we have our focal point now ready to go for our cup. But before we layer things up, we like to use a little tool like this to curve the edges. So when you go to adhere this to the cup, it's going to more naturally want to go around that shape of the cup. I like to use some double stick tape on the inside of my wrap and then on the flap that where the two pieces will meet and overlap. And then I use double stick tape on the back of my scallop circle, but I also use some liquid glue. I like things to really adhere well. So next, what I did is I made sure I could find the seam in the cup, and I don't want the seam to be in the front or the back. I want it on the side. So I'm going to put the word Zest on the other side of that line. Now, if you don't get it lined up, it doesn't really matter because we're going to cover up that meeting spot with our lemon. However, if you use double stick tape, this cup has a little bit of like a film on it, so you can pick it up if you haven't pressed down really hard and move things around. So there's the seam where our wrap meets. I took my lemon piece and I put some glue on it, and now I'm just going to press and pinch from the inside, and it's going to cover up that seam and stick down beautifully. Okay, let's move on to decorating the lid. I have the heart here. I'm going to stick that down with some dry adhesive or tape runner, and then we're going to decorate it with some of these lemon slices. This was such a popular thing for this make and take, to have our cute little lemon clay bits go on the top of the cup. I think it just makes it. And some people even added some to the wrap part of their cup and glued them on there as well. And I thought that was really so cute. So there you can see how adorable that is and how it really adds to the project. We even had candy for everybody to fill their cup up with. Of course, you have to have a lemon head in there, right? Then we add the lid, and it's time to put in the straw. Just give the straw a little pinch and it will slide right through that opening. Now, these are just paper straws. You can find them at like Walmart, paper supply places, party stores, Amazon, of course, and I just think that it's fun to get a straw to match your cup. All right, so Taniesa, the owner of Trinity Stamps, found all these different fibers, twine, ribbon that would go with our cup, and she wound them together on a spool, and we cut them apart for each person. I found it best to try to start tying it in the air, slip it over the straw, and then pull it tight, and it worked so much easier than trying to just tie it right on to the straw. So there's our finished make and take number one. Actually, they called it Create It and Take It. So that was their play on words because the event is called Create. It was so fun to meet so many of you face to face. I loved it. Okay, for Saturday, we did a cupcake shaped card. This one right here, it is so much fun to make because I love ink blending. So the way we made this is with the Cupcake Die Set. It's a cupcake card. It has the die that's going to cut out a card shape and then the pieces to create a cupcake on top of that, the word wish, a candle, or a strawberry to add to the top. So let's look at the kit for this project. We had all the pieces die cut out ready to go in a kit, so it made it really easy to grab one and start creating. Here's our cupcake shape card and all the pieces. The only piece not from the die is that little strip for a sentiment. Speaking of sentiments, we're going to stamp that with the Simply Sentimental birthday set. If you are not familiar with Simply Sentimental, I'm going to put a link in the description box below. You can check out a video about the Simply Sentimental and see what it's all about. It's a really great line that Trinity Stamps has. Okay, I folded my card inside out. I'm stamping on the inside of the card now. Happy birthday to you. And I'm using our pressure tool to press down on that so I get really nice ink coverage. Next, I am doing the sentiment for the front of the card that says Make a Wish. And you can see I'm stamping on like the right-hand side of this really long panel. I'll explain that as we go. So we've got that ready, and now it is time to ink blend. We're using some Ink on 3 Atelier inks, and we have 3 different colors here. We have Trinity Teal, Purple, I don't remember the name of that one, and Sweet Petunia. And look at our blending brushes. Do you notice something new? It's a little sneak peek of our color coordinating accessories to go with our ink blending buddies, and they are coming out in June, so stay tuned for that. But let's talk a little bit about these tools. They are a rounded brush, great for ink blending, and they just go smoothly over your paper because you can hold them close to the head of the brush. They don't have that long skinny handle where you have to hold the edge of the brush. You've got this long handle hanging out. Doesn't work like that. It's just wonderful. So these actually sold out at the event we were at. Everybody was loving them so much. Okay, so what I did is I started with the pink at the top and then I did the teal at the bottom. I got a little bit of ink on my brush because I can always build up more. And I'm going to start inking off of my paper and move onto the paper so I don't get a really dark spot or a harsh line, and that really helps me with my ink blending. Also, I particularly like to go back after I've done one layer and bring back the other colors. I don't always have to pick up much color, but I can use what's on the brush and just blend those and make it a little bit softer. But you can see with these big brushes, you can get ink coverage fairly quickly and you're not blending for a long time. You can make quick work of inking things up. So that is the frosting. It is so gorgeous. Oh my word, those three colors together are so pretty. So now we can start building up our card. We have our cupcake liner piece. I'm going to use some dry adhesive on here. This tape runner is like the dotted kind. I find it so satisfying to just roll it. I would be one of those people that might overuse it because I like the sound that it makes. Okay, the cupcake piece that goes with this only fits one way. If you find yours not fitting right, flip it over and make sure you always figure out the right side before you add your adhesive, and then you'll be good to go. So I'm gluing this down. It's going to nestle right in like a little puzzle piece with that cupcake liner. And then when you glue down your frosting, make sure that you have a white border all the way around the top of the frosting, just like you have a white border all the way around the cupcake liner. And that is really nice that you have that edge around your cupcake. It just draws your eye into the center, gives it a more polished look. Now I'm adding ink to my candle and using a pink gel pen to add dots. Now on my original sample that I already showed you at the beginning, I did stripes. So for this one, I thought I would have fun and do some polka dots. And it's just fun that you can dress that up and give it a little extra character. I'm going to let that dry for a minute, and then I'm going to take that strip that says Make a Wish and fold it in half. Now on some of the make and takes, we cut it down to size, but this is a little bit easier because twine like this, we wanted a bow, but twine like this can be hard to glue down. So what we like to do is fold it in half, tie the ribbon on that fold, and then you don't have to worry about gluing down the ribbon at all. So then when I adjust mine, I like to hold the knot and then pull the ends. And when I hold the knot, it doesn't like move around as much, and it really prevents it from like twisting. So that's my little tip with twine. Then I'm adding the candle on the inside of this piece, and then I will glue the two pieces together, keeping it closed, and then I'm going to flag cut the end. So with my scissors, I'm going to take a snip up the middle, and then I'm going to go from the corner of the paper to the top of the snip on both sides. And that gives me that nice little like kind of flag look at the end. For the flames for the candle, I put a dot on the yellow flame, which is larger, and put my wick down onto that. Then I added another dot of glue, and I can use my pickup stick to add the flame that's smaller, the orange one, to the top. And then we've got that layered look, and it just adds a dimension to it that I love. Next we have some shimmer, so I did clear shimmer on top of the flame, and then glue to stick this down to the top of my cupcake. Now, without the candle, this card will fit in an A2 size envelope, but with the candle, you're going to want to go for A7. Okay, we've got some moonlight embellishments here. They're like confetti. They have a little bit of a raised edge, but they've got that iridescent finish to them. They're gorgeous. So I'm going to put a few of those, and for the sake of the video, I'm going to do both of our embellishments. The other ones are they're flat and they have glitter in them. They're amazing. I will have both of these linked for you in the description box below, so you can go shop for those if you like. All right, so adding those on with my pickup stick. It's got that waxy tip on one end, and the other end has your piercer, or the thing you like to use to poke your dies, your die cuts out of your dies, move things around. It's really cool. So here's those flat glittery pieces. I am in love with them because they're completely flat. They don't have an edge, and these are clear with glitter in them. Oh my goodness, they're really fun. So I just had fun adding them to the top of my cupcake, and there you can get a close-up look at what each of these look like. And this card is so fun to make. I really love that ink blending at the top. It's so satisfying. Watching everybody do their make and takes really made me, I mean, all day long, I just wanted to ink blend because it looked so good. Some people did it really light. Some people had a dark edge and it faded out to the center. It was just really cool. So those are the two make and takes from the Trinity Stamp Create, and I will have still pictures of these on our blog as well, trinitystamps.com. I will see you all again very soon on the next video. Happy stamping! Bye!